Hi, you guys. How are you doing? I'm glad that you're here for my live. I hope you have left your questions and are not rushing to do it right now on the community page, which I'm trying to make sure that, number one, people's questions get answered and not eaten by YouTube and by having them there. And just also, it helps to ensure that I get people that are coming in and that they're going to invest in me in the way that asking me to invest in them by giving them a reading. Come subscribe. If you want to be part of this, that's what you have to do. So, you know, I think it's a good way to pull in new subs, but in order not to go crazy and be like burning myself out, I think the first 10 is I've chosen because it is an ending number of a cycle. Seems about right. And I think that given what I've seen with the readings, that that's what happens pretty much is about at about 9 or 10, you start to see that you're close to an hour, sometimes sooner. It depends, it depends on the question. So I don't mind going a little bit over, but I don't want to go anything like 15 minutes over. It would be all that I would want to go over. Okay. So if you notice that I'm getting a bit bossy, it's because I've got to protect my energy. So that's what I'm doing it so I can do all these cool things with you guys. Now, having said all of that, how are you guys? I'm going to look at all these wonderful comments and thank you guys for showing up. We got my favorite number, 8. Oh, now it's 9. 9 is now my favorite number. Here sitting with me today. Thank you so much. I'm really, really honored that you're taking the time to show up. And hi, Rochelle. Hello. Hi, Vivian. Hello, Jill Clark. Always good to see you. Ron, my dude. How are you in Quebec? And hello to J-Lo. Yes, we have J-Lo with us. Don't ask her to twerk. We're not doing that here. And we have Ilmara. Hello, love. I love your name. Thank you, my wonderful mod J-Lo and Ron here. Geeky Heart, always a pleasure. Grass Grower, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Grass Grower, I'm almost like tongue-tied. Grass Grower says, Maya, I'm keeping you and your friends in prayers of growth and abundance at Buddhist monastery this week. Thank you. I really, it feels like I'm a little bit more than just a floating head, folks. I want to say thank you. I'm very touched by that, and anyone's true, keeping me in their prayers, and not just me, but those of us involved in the channel and our families. That means a lot. Thank you so much. That's really, really wonderful. I'm very grateful. And let's just make sure. I'm just making sure. Shield Maiden, hello, hello, hello. You are getting your excuse me. You're getting your channel more worked on, right? Well, anyways, we'll be checking that out. I have to. Gosh, I am so tired, you all. So tired. It's hard. Even when I want to go look at Linda's stuff, I'm like, and I'm falling asleep. A lot of people are exhausted. My husband comes up. It's the same. I just thought it was us because we have this gloomy kind of weather, which feels like we're in constant winter. But it isn't just that, because you can go 5 minutes out of the way here and you'll have sunshine. So it's just because I'm at the coast. But a lot of people just feel really tired. So thank you for keeping us in those prayers. And Shield Maiden, I hope that you're able to get your channel up and let us know when you do. For sure, for sure. Okay, okay. Um, Now I'm going to be focusing on talking about some medium, not all of them, but a few of my mediumistic experiences I wanted to share. That's kind of going to be the theme for this reading, this live. Hello, where am I? And I need more coffee, you guys. My favorite mug. I have one that was given to me by, I think her name is Cynthia. And I hope that she still visits, but she gave me my um, Schadenfreude mug, which is one of my favorites. And then this one, of course, this is the Stoner Woman mug. But anyway, it's great. Holds coffee well. So we're going to be talking about that. And then I will be taking your readings, preferably on the theme that you have left already on the community tab page for those questions. And I'm taking the first 10. The first 10 that specifically are to do with afterlife and that kind of question. So I thought I would just talk about that for a little bit. And as many of you know that have been watching me for a while, you know that I started out living in a haunted house as a child. We moved to a couple of places. And the one we moved to when I was at the age of 2, and I do have a memory that goes back that far, till the age of 7, was haunted. And I had a lot of experiences that way. And I will be contacting and seeing if she's agreeable to the woman that lives there now, which is the daughter, one of the adult daughters of the landlords that owned the house. But let me just make sure and check on this live stream. Hold that thought. Let me do a technical thing. There we go. Just making sure that that was flowing. So that's how I began having those experiences from very, very early on. I saw the spirit of one of the men that had owned the house, and it had been built after the Civil War. And so I had those experiences very early on in childhood. I had more kind of out of body experiences during my teen years and adolescence, and communication from other beings through dreams. It's always the first way was through dreams, and through before I got spiritually jumped. As a child, I decided no more. That's not going to happen. So I didn't have those kinds of experiences after that, but it kind of went around that. And these were not experiences, no matter how much I would be curious about something, that were ever something I sought out. It just would happen, and I was given to see it and be aware of it. When it picked back up in my life was once I became a mother. Once I had my children, I still had some dreams prior to them. One of them, which was predicting the Gulf War, but the other ones that I went through a very heavy, intense cycle of dream stuff, information that came after my children were born in the 90s. I got married young. I was 22, and 23, I had my first child. And my youngest child I had at the age of 25, 26. So they were about respectively a year old and 3 and 4 years old when I had really crazy dreams and where I was communicating with people that were deceased. One of these dreams, and here's one of the experiences I will share that you don't know about, is I had a very close girlfriend, and by girlfriend, I'm heterosexual, so um, just a girlfriend friend. And I was about the age of 14 when I became friends with her. And she was a couple of years older than me. Just, we hung out, she'd drive and, we'd party and that kind of thing. And her name was Margaret. But she ended up, unfortunately, getting ill later in life as an adult. And after my accident that I had at the age of 17, now I had been, I was supposed to be in her wedding, actually. She would have been 19 or 20 when she was getting married because I was 17 at the time of my accident. Yeah. I was not able to attend it because of the accident I was in. But she only lived till she was like in her 30s, early 30s, maybe 34. And she passed from a cancer that her mother, I think a similar one, not the same kind that her mother had. But I had fallen out of touch with her. I mean, like after my accident, I moved, to the furthest edge of the country from the Middle West, from Missouri, all the way out to the furthest west I could. And I, as I grew up, I realized looking back, I had less and less kind of in common, and I didn't stay in touch, and she didn't stay in touch. But then one day I had this dream, and it was very brief, and it was super lucid, and it was of her mother. And I never dreamt of her mother before. Anything like that. I liked her mom a lot. I got on well with her mother. But I could see that first I was shown this golden, hazy kind of an atmosphere. And had a lot of light, and it was really beautiful. This golden white light. And then I saw her appear. And it was just kind of like you would like on a Zoom call. I mean, spirit Zoom call. I could see her much like this, and I could see her clearly, and she looked well. She looked healthy, much like I had remembered her. And she just telepathically told me that I needed to get back in contact with her daughter, and that I needed to, it was very, very urgent, very, very important. And I thought, oh no, it's one of those dreams. And I thought that during the dream. And, she left the impression upon me, and I remembered the dream. And you should have seen me. It took me 2 weeks, but I was looking for old address books that maybe I had saved that would have her parents' address. And I ended up finding that. I did end up finding that, but it took me a while, much more longer than I wanted to. But at the end of the day, it was kind of all happening the way it was supposed to, because just as I was trying to find that, I let a friend know that still lived there, a mutual classmate. We all went to the same small school. And I said, yo, hey, just a heads up, because I could tell her these things. I've had this weird dream. And, if you could find out her number and get back to me, that'd be great. This is important. And my friend got back to me. She got hired at a hospital, and she was doing file work, and she saw Margaret's name, And she knew then that she was in the hospital. She was being treated there. She didn't know, she didn't pry into the record. She didn't do anything like that, but she knew. Yeah, she just got this job. It's not like she's going to want to do the wrong thing, but she knew, like, with what I told her, this was something important. So she called me and she let me know. And right as she had called, I had found just found the little address book with her parents' number and address. And I called, and she was, I got off the phone very quickly with her dad. He was lovely to me and kind, but she was really sick with cancer. And he was actually having to take her back into the hospital because she was having too many seizures and needed to be closely watched. And I was able to eventually talk to her. I had, I guess, maybe 2 or 3 months by that point to kind of say my goodbyes, and then she passed, and she passed after Christmas. But I wouldn't have contacted her. I wouldn't have had her mother not said, because she had been a little bit of a pain in the neck at times. And, I realized that a lot more as I grew up, and I just thought, But it was important. It was important for her and I to not kind of have that, I think, feeling. So it was weird. And that kind of started it up again. And then I would get dreams about other people that I didn't know. Things that I would dream about and then see on TV that some horrible disaster happened, and I would see a list of victims, and I'd see that victim. And, that I would have dreamt of them. And often this has been children. So that's really, really hard for me. But I accept that it's something I'm obviously meant to work on, a skill, and see how I do. So that's what I'm going to share with you. And now I'm going to look and see what you're saying right before we go into looking at some of the questions. I still have some time yet, so let me just take a look and see what you guys are saying. All right. Sherry's saying, I won't be at the keyboard, but be listening. Just wanted to say hello. Hey, Sherry H. Still unpacking. Such a nightmare. But that's okay, because we are in the sunshine now. Oh, lucky yous. I'm at the coast, but the coast, people don't often realize, isn't always so sunny. So certainly not in the San Francisco area. I'm glad you're in the sunshine and joy, and I'm glad that you are unpacking. Oh, Shield Maiden Naughty Woman's Tarot has a video of her puppy humping her fluffy pink hippo. Oh, okay. If you're into that, maybe you want to check it out. Let's see. She says she's only going to do 10, but you know her. Well, I'm going to really try to stick to it. Okay. I do, but I also can remember. So just hello to everybody. Again, I really am appreciative of the Buddhist prayers. That's a monastery. That must be so lovely. And hello to everyone. Good vibes. Please hit the like button. If you liked what I shared with you so much, I really, really, really appreciate it. And hello to Melinda. Arlene, hello. Ilmara. Ah, Rochelle has insomnia. Melinda says she just found 4 bird feathers in her bedroom on the floor. What a blessing. Be right back. That is, unless there's a little critter that maybe's been left missing those feathers. Oh no. And we're hoping it's a good day in Montreal. Jill Clark. I lived on the coast of Oregon for 20 years. Boy, did I need sunshine after that. Went to Guam and got my fill. Ugh. Yeah, if you're inland, even just less than a mile, you can get to where you, at the back of the valley, you can get where you get the sun. But if you're at the coast, forget it. It's been, and they said it's not just our imaginations. It's been really less sun. It's like, I know my tomatoes, I are much slow to get the blossoms on. But I've just gotten blossoms on. I just hope that they're going to get the sun. They need the heat. And yes, please do hit that like button. I'm so glad that you're here, that you showed up. And always remember, if you didn't catch some of the stuff that I was talking about at the beginning, wonderful thing is it's on replay. This is going to be very much like ghostly or spirit themed and precognition. So these are some things that I began to develop in childhood, and I'm still developing. That's why I want to still take classes so I can flex that muscle, build those muscles up, become better at it. Since it seems that that's a natural path that Spirit's been using, now I can more consciously work on. I definitely want to. So I can definitely, I feel like I get sent the dead. I feel that they also are drawn to me. I have dreams that are just tend to be a little bit different. I'm probably not different than many of you guys, though. But a lot of it involves death and the other side. And I've always been fascinated with it. So I think it's one of the reasons why I can read on cases that are pretty sad. I just also don't like injustice. But because of that, I think that opening, having that empathy, you will draw people to you, and often people to you that may have died in a way where there's justice that needs to, or that it needs to be known that something wasn't right, or, that it wasn't their fault, or, there needs to be clarity. So I do. I mean, like, I dreamt of a lot of dead people when the dreams of COVID started coming. So there's always been a connection. And I guess my antenna is just tuned into that. It's not something that I thought, yeah, you know what I'd really like? I'd like people that are no longer in the body to come and freak me out, because it is never, you never get used to it. And I mean, I've seen full-bodied apparition and partial apparition, and I felt presence. And I understand why some people don't believe it or have a hard time believing it, but trust, just be open for a moment and just say that's possible, because it is. Hector Swift, funny that you quote the Bible, but you've got a chick in a bikini. You are a blasphemous hypocrite. And why are you here? Don't you have something better to do? I don't think God's approving of you. So you get a block. Okay. Did I have an NDE for my accident? No, because I didn't. I did black out, but I was close to dying there. It could have, the car could have hit me. But no, I don't consider that I had that at my accident. I did have it as a result of injuries later, and as a result of almost bleeding to death internally, because I went to my doctor to do with all the pain I was having, because I've worn out the joints in my upper body. I've now been a paraplegic for 34, 35 years, 35 years actually, yes. And I've worn out, you know. I should have surgery on my shoulders, but I would have to not move my shoulders then for until they healed. Well, I just can't really do that. So I'm putting that off until I absolutely have to. I mean, I use my shoulders just to physically move everything. But I was taking that, my doctor didn't want to prescribe anything for me that was, opiate based, but she kept prescribing me ibuprofen, and she did that for 3 months, 800 milligrams. And I didn't think that it was going to affect me in a negative way, but it ended up creating little clusters of what they call ibuprofen ulcers, and you're slowly bleeding over time. And they couldn't believe when they took me in that I was still conscious, because my blood count, I'd lost so much blood. And I did have moments where I could feel myself feel like I was dying. Um, I felt really tired, and I would just lose all energy, and I wouldn't be able to focus or hold conversation. And I would just tell my, family, I had to be quiet for a while. I don't have the energy. And I would kind of go into this zone. And since that hospital didn't have great television, and it was a Catholic hospital, it did have like mass round the clock playing. There's just this kind of this choral music. So that was nice. So I put that on, and that was about the only thing that really helped me it kind of helped me just kind of alter my consciousness at that time, because it took me a couple of blood transfusions, which were hard for me to get. They had to go through my groin to get a vein that would work. I was so messed up. So that was enough. I didn't feel right then, and I could feel definitely very sensitive presence, for sure. And there were times where I thought that I could pass. One of the ways that I knew I really needed to go to the hospital, and that it wasn't just a like neck spasms. I thought I was having these spasms in my between my shoulder blades, and I just thought it was something, also connected to wearing out, but it wasn't. It was blood loss and a lack of blood and oxygenated blood, and I looked like I was green. I didn't look good. And very pale. And I remember one night I woke up and I saw this. It freaked me out. It was just somebody standing in the doorway of our bedroom. And I thought it was one of the kids at first. And I didn't say anything. I waited just to see. And then they disappeared. And what it was, I realized what it looked like a young adult. One of the reasons I thought was one of my kids, like a teen or somebody in their early 20s at the time. This has been a little while ago now. And I don't know who it was, to tell you the truth, but I felt like they were kind of coming around me because they knew I was kind of dying. And I did see that. And it scared me so much that I told my husband about it. And it took me a while to get, the hospital kept screwing up, not doing the right test and sending me back home. So I ended up coming back home being very ill. And then finally, the fourth time I went back in there, then they, oh, let's do a blood panel. You know, my doctor was not typically available. So once they got her in there, then she looked at it and I got the blood transfusions that I needed and was given medicine to heal up all those ulcers. So that is when I had more of an experience, because I saw it looked like a male, dark hair. And I want to say that they would have, by the way that they were dressed, it looked modern day. So like in the 2000s, they had, it's just something, you just know these things, you know? And he was just kind of watching me out of curiosity. And then when he realized, I guess, that I could see him, I'm like, who the F are you? And he's like, I'm out of here. Because wasn't there anymore. And I knew that that was a visit. I know the feeling. There is a particular quality that is different, totally different. So, oh, you're packing as well. You're moving. Ah. And I hope to be moving probably in the new year. Whenever, it is best. May I be so blessed. This is interesting, you guys. Got to get my coffee with my lipstick marks. I've tried that liquid lipstick, but it really dries out my mouth and I don't like it. Daniel Maxwell, are you a Satanist? Are you? Are you, Danielle? Because you need to get the hell out of here. No, I'm not a Satanist. What a stupid thing to ask me. And insulting. You are insulting people in this community, you jackass. And I got to talk to YouTube about why it won't let us block these people. All right. The Central Valley in California is smoky and hot. You have my empathy. You really do. When we had it really badly last year, it really physically made me sick. Now, I've said that before. So if you guys are having like funny tummies, it's a lot of it can be because of the excessive sinus drainage from mucous membranes activity with all the debris in the air. So that's another reason to wear your mask. And I'm so sorry. And you guys are in my prayers. And I just keep begging, let it end this, get this fire stopped, under control. Fire season is horrid. Yeah, like the blue light special, Lamara, they come. It's really true. And that's why you have to be thoughtful about the guests that you have at your table. It's just like the trolls that come in here because they have to let us know that they are so much better than us. They're on a high horse with Jesus. With Jesus. Jesus would find them boring. Let me tell you something, you jackasses. Jesus hung out with the prostitutes, all the people that you guys put your nose up at, all the people that you call Satanists. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, jackholes. Yeah, you would have to, J-Lo. And that was one of the hard things. I was in the hospital for a very long time um, because last June I went in for flap surgery because of a really bad bed sore on this side. I'd had a cat that had died, and I'd had set up a lot with her because she was ill. And I ended up getting these sores, and they just got worse. And so, anyway, long story short, last June I had to have surgery on one of them, and the other one I took about a year to completely heal and just fill in without surgery and keep the other one. This I'm still kind of sealing. You're still sealing that healing at a year. So when you're around in a hospital, not only the other patients, but the ones that never left, maybe the ones that uh, you know may not realize that they should have moved on. Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty interested. The troll. Yes, there are many things in the Bible that make bikinis look tame. Yeah, we want. I could say things that YouTube would probably demonetize me for. Certain stories that were told. Ilmara, I get it. I had a spirit yell in my head. Oh, I've had that happen. I'm not delightful. You did see my eyes light up, not because I'm glad that you had this unpleasant experience, but you too. Yeah. I had a spirit yell in my head one night when I was in bed. You open your eyes. They were helping. I smelled gas and check the stove. Ooh, shoot. Thank goodness. They will do that. They will do that. Grass grower. People are getting grossed out by some of the stories that they know about in the Bible. Thanks, Shield Maiden. I appreciate it. And then that one problem is like a domino effect. Then you got to watch this part of your body because you're making up for it too much with another. So it's all becomes this thing. That's right. These are for entertainment purposes only. Um, I get that. Thank you, Rochelle. You are very strong. Thank you. Yes, been 35 years in a chair, and let me tell you, it's not every day. I don't have sunshines, not always shining out every hole. Yes, I can be a little rude, a little vulgar. Um, but and I have my good days and my bad days, and part of the way I do better is to allow myself those bad days where I just you know, I am just cocooning myself and having a health day. And that's how I can kind of keep more on a keel. That and medication, that helps too. I saw some beautiful memories during a 3-hour surgery that ended up 7.5 hours. Yee! When you have the surgeries that are over that you just, um, it's hard on your body, really hard. I know that I was told after my accident, the first surgery that they gave me was 7.5 hours long. Um, they put in Harrington rods. They tried, but they didn't get all at the time of the shattered pieces of vertebrae that were splintered and stuck into my spine. So they did have to come back later and take out more of that debris. But yeah, that's never good. When I came out from that surgery, I was swollen. It will make you very swollen. Please hit the like button. Please, it really does help. Yes, you can go ahead. If he's, I don't have a problem with it. That's my little enforcer, Arlene McMahon. Doom, 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 doom. Shield Maiden. They're, they must not have anything to do, that they're coming into my life, and they must like either that or these people are masochists. Maybe they really like it when we beat them up verbally. Yeah, and report them. Thank you, Arlene. Oh, Jill Clark says, I have the dream thing going on too. And it's part of why I asked the question I did, which I will be getting to. I'm watching the clock, y'all. Um, Mike would come to me in my dreams and recreate situations that had the same theme over and over. Boy, do I know, just thinking of that, I've been having dreams that have been repeating over and over of living back in a certain place in Missouri. That's been my thing lately. It's like, oh, with that, they did give me a reprieve. And it's like I did do a reading. Say, what am I missing? Why are you showing me this? I'm sick of those dreams. It's when we are missing something that we need to look at, that they are trying to get through to us like that. Did you ever figure out what it was, Jill? Yeah, that was it. Was Melinda? It was just some jerks. Just looking at your comments here. Oh yeah, mine did too. Now that you say that, Ms. May. You know what? I invested in buying, I bought some lozenges. I forgot about that. Um, and you know what? It really was very helpful. My family even got into them. I got the kind that tastes good too. That I got the kind with colloidal silver because I still have my tonsils. So if you're in any place where you have a lot of post nasal drip, be it from allergies or because of the smoke from fires, you might want to invest in getting some of these. They're really good. I know that Amazon has them, and they have like a little colloidal silver in them. And they have them this really tasty orange, and they have cherry. They're really good. And they really, really good lozenges. I'll put that up in my community tab area. Okay. I see. I worship Yahweh. Well, good for you. I don't think that Yahweh is too proud of you today. And I hope that they show you this when you're not such a thickie. Christ and all the other mystics, and the God men and women, right, who attained great things throughout history, ran forward into what most people find revolting and beyond the pale. Amen. And they didn't turn away from it. They understood. And they didn't go on to people that are just trying to be themselves and jump in there like a boob. That's what they are. They're like, hey, I'm a boob. It's like, yeah. Report, report, report. Timeout doesn't work. Yeah. And you know what else doesn't work? Blocking them. Yeah. You have to block them, I think, after, uh, apart from the live. You can't, that tool is not working worth a hootenanny. Hide them. I got a channel. I know they are blocked. I got them in jail on my channel. Yes, I will. Let Ron express himself. He can express himself, and then if they come back, we know what to do. Give him the jail. Don't worry, Silver. It'll be okay. So Sherry H shares with us that, so I get where you're coming from, Maya. I was injured in 1999, back and neck fried, permanent nerve damage. It hurts. I'm so sorry, Sherry. I know that nerve pain. I tell you, I felt all kinds of pain. Let me tell you, I felt pain giving birth. It all went into my back. Um, that neurological pain is so painful, and it's relentless. So gabapentin is your friend. Permanent nerve damage in shoulders and neck. Had 4 vertebrae fused. Oh, in your neck. Holding off docs, doing the same on back. Yep. Yeah, I understand, Sherry. My back's been fused twice. I really hope I don't have to have the neck done. I do have stenosis in it, but so far, you know, holding out. Okay. You live on pain meds and wouldn't be able to work full time without them. I am thankful I can still walk, but there are days when that's an iffy possibility, or I'm sure very dangerous, where you could fall. And you just have to alter, your plans. And, we get really good at entertaining ourselves as spoonies, don't we? Okay. Arlene is the bomb diggity of mods. Yes, Chicana. Thank you for sharing your beautiful gift. Thank you for saying that. I really, you know what? I really do appreciate that. That people take their time and just think, I'll let this person know that I appreciated what they left me here. That means a lot. It does, and it means way more than any of these dingbats leaving. That doesn't get me down, because I think with what I've been through, do you guys know, let me just throw a shout out to Bird Martinez. If you do not watch Bird Martinez, you guys are missing out. Please check out her channel, and I'll say no more. But anyway, she shares what she has, and I want to say that sharing what I have makes me feel good. She inspires me. She's another person that's been through a lot. Check out her channel. Yeah. Yeah, I will have to take it up with their chat log. I love you, family. I love you too. I love all you guys. Thank you so much, for tuning in and hanging out with me. Well, they already are catching a hex, because you know what? Most days, I'm like, water off my back, whatever, go away. But there's some days it's like, you know what? You're going in the boil pot. You're going in the pot of, you're going to get a binding and your own poop mirrored right back to you. It sounds like a childish saying, but it's kind of funny. Bounces off me, but sticks to you like glue, or something like that. I don't know. I just I put a shield up, and they can have all their own crap back in their own face. That's what I do, and bind it to them. Yeah. It's all good. Stop with talking about the trolls. We'll take care of them. We know what to do. The dream stopped long ago. I think he passed. You know what? I think you're right, because that happened with somebody. Oh, look, I've got a hangnail, you guys. Of course. Don't you hate that when you get in the middle of something? Thank God for a file. Nail files. Always keep one on hand, even if you're a dude. My husband does, because he gets hangnails too. God. I think you're right with regard to that. I had that happen with someone who was a pest, and this guy was a bit of an ex that was obsessive. So I would have dreams of this ex trying to get back with me, and I was telling him at the time, because I had just been married, had kids, like I said, in the 90s, and then I was having to tell him in the dream, I'm married, I have children, I'm not interested. I have no interest in going away with you. Leave me alone. And I was getting fed up with it. And then it stopped, and I thought, oh, good, finally, maybe, I hope he's married, gotten kids or something, and I wasn't doing the tarot back in those days yet. It was actually right before I went back to doing it. I did it for a while when I was before I was married. And then of course, when I had children, you're tired. You're lucky if you can get to it. But I wasn't quite back to reading normally as I would with the tarot. And come to find out many years later, yeah, he passed in 94. And that is when I was pregnant with my second baby. So I had my first child and pregnant with my second in the month that he passed, which was May. So it was weird. You think it was a past life connection. Okay, and it says that the crazy zealot has been blocked for 5 minutes. But we'll take care of them. Yeah. We'll take care of it. All right. Nerve pain is no joke. Yeah. It just, because it just stays. It just stays. That's the way my legs both feel. They feel numb, like they've fallen asleep, pins and needles. But that pins and needles can become really intense. So what I have to do is I have to kind of outthink it. I can't allow my mind, my consciousness to rest in that pain too much. I have to pull it out of there as much as I can. You should try Get Lucky Link's tarot on your show. Oh, I'd love to. He's a great guy, a brother in my Buddhist sect. I would love to. I will check him out, and I will definitely put him on my guest list. Definitely. Oh, and he's in my area, huh? That'd be cool. Yeah, we've got a lot of positive here, and a lot of take no nonsense attitude by all of us. I think we're doing well. Nerves, yes, that's exactly it. And that's why if you're someone like me and you have an SCI, a spinal cord injury, whether it's, or even from, like, let's say, paralysis from when people have, I'm blanking on, turn the camera on, I can't think, or whatever. Well, you know what I'm saying. They can end up having a shock and within the brain, aneurysms, things like that. And it damages neurological messages and function. Moving onward, though. That's what my legs feel like needles and pins. It's terrible. Oh, yeah, you can just watch the restarter. No problem. Now you know I'm back on Sundays, too. Oh, Foolish Tarot is in the house? Hey, hello. Okay. Grass grower. In my tradition, men are recommended to sleep on the right side and the women on the left. Keeps channels clear during sleep for dreams of clarity, prophecy. Oh, that's funny. I tend to naturally be inclined to want to sleep on my left. Yep, that's my go-to. Huh, that's fine. Never even thought about it. I know, right? I used to have to lay on the right now. Wow. Yeah, same. Oh, I'm sorry, Arlene. My stomach has been so upset when you said the air pollution. Makes sense. We had smoke in the air for weeks, extremely bad. Oh, yeah. It might as well, set fire to my IBS. It really it was horrible. So not only are you like having this kind of sore throat and you're, scratchy and your eyes dry and itchy, then now tummy is upset. And no matter what you eat, it was like that. And only gradually, and I'm telling you, the only thing that changed was when the air quality improved. One easy trick for falling asleep fast is to relax. I do this, is to relax every muscle at one time from head to toes. Yeah, it's sometimes people, you can become too tolerant, or some people also can become addicted. I don't take them very often, but just for that occasional time when I need to, I have them there. I'm very grateful. And the U.S. military. Two old goats. Ooh, I will try that. Most definitely. All right. Since I'm at an hour, I'm just going to go and look at the questions, okay? So I've got to pop over to the, I'm like, not like I'm going anywhere. You're still going to see me right here. But I'm going to just get to your questions and start the first 10. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves in the chat. And I'm really grateful for you coming here and being here. And, no problem. If you don't catch it, you can always catch the live, the rewind of the live, the replay. All right. Now I'm getting to it. Here we go with the questions that I have. All right. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. All right. First question is from Grass Grower. Or actually, I'm going to start. I should start at the bottom because that would be the first, right? Person that was actually. Yeah, because it's longer ago. Okay. So, Talon, if you're here, I'll start from this spot. All right. Talon, will my upcoming road trip to Texas bring about some type of spiritual abundance awareness? Thank you. All right, let's take a look. I forgot the name of this deck. It begins with an I think. I'll find it though, and like I said in another video I did before I made a video before I did the live, and I used this deck. I've got to get the right name for it. It's a really neat deck. If only I could tell you the name of it. Okay, so I'm going to look at Talon, and she's got a road trip in Texas. Oh, I just want the barbecue, Talon. Just tell me that you got good barbecue. One of the things when I get back to painting, I like to paint, is I want to do tarot art. It's so hard being in the middle of a remodel and looking to move. It's really a weird limbo. Okay, so again, I'm reading on Talon. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. And I'm really wanting to focus on you. So I'm going to try to retract a bit, and I'm going to leave it to my very capable, lovely friends who always come. I love you guys that always are here. And I love new people too. Anybody that's nice. I'm pretty amicable. If you're nice, I'm nice. I think I'm pretty easy to get along with. I make the effort. I like people in doses. I think we all are like that, though. Houston, Dallas. Okay, I see. I have never been there. I would love to go there. Just to see it. I'd like to go to Austin. And, beautiful, beautiful area. See all the bluebells. I know that Texas has fields of bluebells that grow in certain areas. Really gorgeous wildflowers. Good eating. So if the land is pretty and if they're friendly people and the food is good, I'm there. I would too, Jill. I'd love to go and listen to all the music in Austin and eat like a pig. And my husband would, wouldn't it be when it opens back up, maybe my husband and I could do a little road trip. We haven't done a lot of travel within America. All right, Taylin, let's look at the spiritual energy for this road trip. Thank you for sticking around. Okay, we get the Seven of Swords. It says trick. This deck is kind of funky, but I love it. I should have set up my other camera so you'd have two cameras and you can look at you. I like the thing where you can see my face. It's kind of personable, and then you can see the cards, but it's a lot more involved to set up to do that. And today, I'm just kind of pokey puppy every day. Okay. So you have the Seven of Swords covering you, and you have the Four of Swords crossing you. Postponement. Has this been postponed already? Because this is kind of you at the now. And the Seven of Swords is maybe something that you're not seeing on some detail that you might be missing. Okay, let me just lay out the rest of the cards, okay, Taylin? Let's take a look. I feel like sit down and put those feet up, Arlene. Just don't abuse me the way you do, Sharon. Sorry, guys. I love nasty women. I love them so much. I think you all do too. Okay, now, as the basis of the card, we have the Five of Cups. I'm feeling like this is that doggone pandemic energy. And because this is disappointment. I don't know if this was something that is going to be postponed because it's so right on top of you in this reading at your present, that if it isn't already something you're aware of, then I can only think maybe I'll have to see the rest of the cards laid out. Knight of Pentacles crowns you, which means like this is meditation. This is being steadfast to creating this. You'll do it when you need it, when you can do it. It's gonna happen. That's what it's gonna happen. I think the spirits are letting us know that there might be a little bit of a possible delay, but let's just see. I do need to look in the forward position. There's been healing with the King of Cups in the recent past, and there's some delay that there was some healing before this road trip could happen. I don't know if this was a road trip you would make with the King of Cups. Oh, you getting that too? I didn't catch that, y'all. I didn't get it. I was so pooped to pop last night after I did some readings, and I'm still exhausted. I think I also should take my iron. But anyway, so much fun on Tuesday. Free falling. Oh, no. That was the free falling, changed the lyrics around. That was just, I was dead. I laughed so hard, my cheeks hurt. So I'm just concerned, Taylin, let me just see your comments. Okay. The way forward, God dang, I don't know, sis. 10 of Wands, oppression. The Hierophant. What's in the environment is the Queen of Pentacles, though. flowering. Looks like going through a really difficult time with the delay or postponement and healing, still healing from something. There's definitely, when I look at these, more of these cards, there is healing going on with that Four of Swords and the King of Cups. So I don't quite know how that fits. It might be a difficult journey that teaches you something, though, because we do have the Hierophant as the teacher. Your guides are there to teach you. There is never, we get the spiritual, the teaching. So yes, but it kind of looks like there's some difficulty along with it. But there's also adventure in your hopes and fears area. There could be some delay that's a real pain in the butt and a real hassle. But I think once you get through that, I think it looks, oh yes, Six of Pentacles. I think you'll be shown a great deal of hospitality and help, where if you get confused or need some assistance, I'm shown that there are guardians. Your guardians are with you, that there's spiritual presence with you with the Hierophant. And it's a success with the Six of Pentacles. I feel like you might pick up little, little things from your trip. But it looks like initially it is one heck of a pain in the rear end. And there's a connection toward feeling maybe up to it. It just feels like it's really hard to get it going. But once you're able to get out there on the road and get it in the forward motion, I see people will assist you. It's successful. There's, an adventure. There is growth. There's definite accomplishment with the Six of Wands in this trip, overcoming fears and using your intuition. And most definitely, there are gifts that are through the psychic element and sensitivity, and that you will do well following and trusting your instinct. When you're driving, if it says, hey, I think I feel kind of lost, don't ignore it and continue to drive. Get off and trace your way back to where you needed to go. All right. All right. All right. Let me go back to the questions. All right. This was from Vivian. I would like a message from Spirit regarding my path and purpose. Okay, Vivian. And y'all, we got plenty of time. We're good. I like this way. I don't like reading, because I don't feel like I'm giving you guys a good reading when it's not relaxed. And sometimes, when I watch the live again, I'm looking at my cards. I'm going, oh, I didn't, ow. That's funny too. So Jill Clark says, here's what I got. The actual drive will provide opportunities for you to change your perspective, and you and your sister's conversations will be important to your healing. Yeah. There may be some things that are hard to listen to, though. But you know what? It's an end cycle, so it kind of wraps it up, because it was the 10 of Wands. And I see you getting through that, and then I see it's going to feel a lot lighter and like a real heart-to-heart. All right, now let's see. Vivian. path and purpose. And, keep just one other thing, just keep to using your intuition on this trip. I can't say that enough. Just trust it. Now, I know, Vivian, that wasn't your question, but that sometimes comes through. But it could be. It could be. All right. Because there is something. I feel like what I got with the moon and that Six of Wands, there's overcoming fears, some kind of fear, some kind of lack of clarity. So it's a meaningful trip. All right. Spirit regarding path and purpose. Vivian, path and purpose. Vivian 46. Making sure I'm seeing that right. I could put my glasses on, but that would mean I'd have to, Okay. Path and purpose. Vivian would like to know and have guidance on her path and purpose to help her decide how she should invest herself. I ask the Most High to guide me to read accurately and clearly Vivian and her path and purpose. Okay, let's see what we get. We get the Knight of Swords, and I'm getting fighting injustice. Nine of Swords. Yeah, again, people that have been abused, standing up for the abused, the most vulnerable, defending them. So that's the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Death, transformation. This is something that you would not think maybe to do ordinarily. And the Moon. Okay, wait a minute. Projection, Seven of Cups. King of Pentacles, abundance. Yeah, I feel like this is assisting the most vulnerable, helping them to feel safe and loved. It will be just transformative with the Moon and death. And it's an ending. Maybe helping people to transform their lives from abuse, whether it's their abuse of alcohol, drugs, or they're being abused, because often, people who have low esteem will try to self-medicate. I feel like this feels so protective and helping, I feel like, other people that are vulnerable. Projections. Seven of Cups. Decisions. It's really, I see that with the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. I think that it's really dependent on what you choose. You have not more than one way that you can use that, and you will be good at it. Okay, Vivian? So ask yourself, what makes you want to get up in the morning? What would make your feet hit the floor in the morning and you'd be happy to go and do the work, or get involved? because that's what I see. And to me, it looks like some sort of real passion for justice and protection. Um, I think for those that that may have anxiety, depression. Yeah, could be also helping people that have mental health issues. There's just like a counseling. It's a number of different ways, but it's with the cups. It's a personal thing. There's a personal touch. There's a connecting with that person that is so transformative. I don't know that that makes sense, Vivian. Then you get the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So, like, you'd be very busy. There would be a lot of work for you to do, in demand. This also comes from past lives with you, this work. That's weird. Okay, I just saw you on a horse as a warrior, but it felt more like Europe. Okay. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel that you will. That's passion. There's passion there as well. This Ace and this Eight of Wands also are fire and passion. So just make a decision. I think in the way that you can that appeals to you, with helping people, or even animals like that have been abused, or helping victims of domestic violence, uh, children, this sort of work. I just feel like volunteering and getting, start out small maybe, and just see. I feel like I will be doing something new that I have not thought of before. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying, is it could be even like volunteering. You start out this way and you don't expect that you would ever end up, because it's highly transformative, but it takes off. And it kind of, like, before you know it, it's got legs, and I just feel like you just need to make a decision, like, oh, I will try this and see where that leads you. And I just feel like things will happen, things will open up. You work as a volunteer helping animals. I love it. Well, that shows exactly what I'm talking about. It is this kind of work, helping the most vulnerable that need a voice, that need years. Maybe doing that in a different way. Maybe there's a different angle you could approach it, or step it up a notch or something. Because I just feel like it isn't just human beings. I just feel like there's just a love for any creature that needs protecting. So that is your calling. Ooh, and look at this Jill Clark has. Volunteers, advocate for children in the court system. I think that'd be great. Maybe that's something to also consider. You don't have to stop doing one necessarily. You might just part time, I think you would find it extremely passionately fulfilling with that Ace and that Eight of Wands. Okay? You are tracking on what on what you should be doing, but your guides are saying, and the creator says, it's your freedom to choose how you follow doing that. That's what I'm calling you to do, and what you're here to do, because you're a very empathetic, nurturing human being that will help transform, and make also those that are going to pass have a blessed passing. Okay, I feel like there's some death work there too, by chance. So don't be afraid of that. And if you've been working with animals and stuff, I think that that compassionate part of you just understands that really well. And I'm with you, Jill Clark. I'm so glad that you said that you had a name of a place, because I felt like she's got to be like a child's advocate or domestic violent, kids and women and and creatures that are mistreated. Um, just feel that so much. Thank you for asking your question, Vivian. It sounds like you are in your calling and in your path. And if you want to mix it up a little bit, it's showing it's just a matter of you choosing something appealing, to kind of maybe inject something new that you haven't done before. Um, Maybe with children, or the elderly or the disabled. You know, a lot of us need help. Jill Clark, your question's next. Okay. And Jill is asking, "Hi, Maya. I would like a reading. I'd like to know what became of my first teenage puppy love, Mike H. I believe I knew him in another life as well as this one." Okay, let's focus on Mike. I'm going to get a sip of coffee. And it's really good, Vivian, that you are already naturally following your passion. It's just up to you to kick it up a notch in the way that will be fun, or where you can learn something new. Now, really deepen it. Because you have a rebirth card, the death card. So always know that where there's an ending, there's a new door opening too. Okay. I always feel like I have hair everywhere, but I don't. Not this time. Amazing. Okay. Jill Clark. I love these kinds of questions. I do. They're challenging to me in a way that I love. All right, Jill. Mike H. What became of him? Okay. We ask Spirit to let us know. Do a welfare check, if you will, on Mike. We don't want to, pry too much, but we're just checking to see what became of him, and with what you are willing to share with us, Spirit. Mike's guardians or his spiritual mentors reaching out to his higher self to share what he feels comfortable with, what has become of him, and also through the universe, through the objective eye of the universe. Let's take a look at Mike H, right? Mike H. Just want to make sure I'm getting my cards good and shuffled. Okay. First card, we have Control, King of Swords. I don't know whether or not he was an air sign, but I'm picking up on a King of Swords or that kind of energy. Let's get some more cards down. Work, Three of Pentacles, works with other people, works with a small group of people. I wondered if he's in with that King of Swords, sometimes they can be prone to working like as police or law. That's kind of an old standby with the King of Swords. But they can also be teachers, lawyers. Libra. This is him. He says, present. Okay, that's our King of Swords. Thank you for that, because then that's my little way with the tarot and spirit of trying to figure out who's who. I go by the birth date. Okay, so that's him. He's covering himself. No, not trouble with law. No, I would have said maybe could be a lawyer. These types tend to be people that like to think things over. That can sometimes appeal to them. Professional careers are of interest to them, because there can be, but a Libra in law would not surprise me. I've known a lot of people in law. I have a lot of friends. One of my friends is a lawyer for people in the music industry. It's like, I don't know why, but I find them around me. So I think he could work. He could work at a law office or in legal matters. Maybe as a lawman, because we're getting that he's working with a group of other people. It's more than that, and it can be challenging. Let's see what else is showing up for him at the basis. 10 of Cups. I see a basis of a fulfilled, it looks like a family picture. So that looks fulfilled, and it is the 10, and it's the card of harmony. Looks like he has family. That is a 10. What's crowning him is the Knight of Cups, trust. It can also be about reaching out, The Knight of Cups sometimes reaches out, makes a phone call. Hey, I've been thinking of you. Or it can be you making that phone call. Or just thinking of that person. Back to a time. There's definitely, I'm showing someone that has a romantic aspect to their nature as well. They're a compassionate person still. Well, there's a compassionate card crowning them. Okay, let's look at recent past for him. 9 of Cups, happiness. I feel like where family is concerned, there is real contentment. So if he wanted to have family with that 9, I think he's done that and been successful in that. Maybe has a partner and children or whatever it was that he wanted to do with adult life. I feel like he's been able to professionally do it and emotively do it with all these cups. And the energy's really clean so far. I like it. Temperance in his near future. There might be some things that he is needing to just fine tune or bring to balance, or he might be working on actively doing that. It seems like he might be somebody that is fairly self-aware. Oh, you lost track of him in your 20s, so you have no idea what he grew up to be. Well, I'm really glad, because you know what? There's nothing more kind of a bummer than when you look and you see that somebody didn't do very well. So far, it looks to me like he's doing all right. Maybe more than all right, doing pretty well. He might struggle working with others at certain times, but I think that's just a matter of making some changes is what I get with his work. I have no idea who this dude is. But he seems okay, and he seems all right. There's just some things that I think, because he does have that Three of Pentacles where you're working with other people in a challenging spot of crossing him. I think something changed, but he wants it to, and it's become a little more challenging. But I think there could be like an additional person that he's got working with him, and he's getting accustomed to their energy or something. It's really interesting. Oh, I'm missing. Oh, okay. Now, one thing that he is aware of, that he's cautious of, is the Seven of Swords, and this has to do with honesty. And I don't know if he's looking. I feel like his thoughts are on work right now, and maybe somebody being more transparent at work. Like there's some kind of issue with work going on right now, but it'll get worked out, is what I see with Temperance. I'm very glad to see that for him in his near future. In his environment, he has the Eight of Pentacles. This is a busy man, and he is busy in his community. So I'm feeling like, is he a law enforcement person, or maybe like an EMT, or, public service? Maybe it could even be it could be nursing, but just, you know what I'm saying? It's something where you help the public, and there's a professional aspect to it. And I feel that he's been in this environment for a while, that Eight of Pentacles. He's built a rapport and skill within an environment. With his, I'm shown work. So his work, I think, really is demanding. Hopes and fears, we have the world and wholeness. Of course, he's hoping for success. That makes sense. And the end result, he does get the Nine of Swords. There is something about that, it could be a problem falling asleep, insomnia, or just worrying about something at work getting worked out. Let's just pull a couple extra cards there at the end. But it's going to be okay. He's going to be all right. He's going to get a good recommendation, or whatever they're looking at with his work. He comes out looking well, and it's a new start. This could be like he's looking for a promotion or a step leveling up in work. I don't get any cards here of passing, but I do get a sense of him having something going on at work that's kind of got him on pins and needles. And I think he will get some kind of promotion, and it's a new beginning for him. And there's celebration with the Three of Cups and the Empress. I think he's married, a wife. So I hope that's helpful. That makes sense. Yeah, you know how they are when they're that age. Nobody's probably a great boyfriend at that age. Do you think? I will look. I will look at that, because, like, I got the time. Okay. Is he in a more remote area? He is very busy with the wherever he's at, though. That's what I was shown. Very busy in the environment, in the locale or something. Five of Cups. I don't think he's on an Indian reservation. I'm not sure about that. Well, it could be. There's disappointment, but there's been a loss. The Wheel of Fortune. I don't know. Maybe he tries to help them, because, again, this has that feeling of this could be something going on in the community. Wheel of Fortune. He's moved around. Okay, I get it. But the Five of Cups, I think that might slow him down a bit. COVID. Otherwise, we have this Wheel of Fortune that he may have moved at some point. Knight of Cups, Eight of Wands. Yeah. With water. Was there some place that he really liked that had a body of water? He's going there. There's a new adventure for him. He's finding where he's at oppressive. I think he's looking. I wonder if he's looking at a job somewhere else and he's waiting to get like a promotion somewhere at another place, somewhere else. That's what it feels like. And he's not liking the environment that he's currently in, but he will like the environment that he's going to end up in. It looks like he gets a promotion. He's really worried that he's not going to get it because he really doesn't like wherever he's at. Okay. All right. Next one. Ilmara. And then Arlene, Silver, and Grassgrower. Okay. Paste. All right. No, I hate it when it doesn't show me the. All right. Oh, this is nice. Ilmara, I didn't get your name in there, but I know it's your question. Thank you. I enjoyed your work with Debbie and just had to subscribe. I need to ask Debbie to come on my channel. That's another one I need to put in. Thank you for the reminder. My question is, what advice does my papa have for me regarding leading my family? Oh, pride of animals. That's cute, Shield Maiden. All right, so Ilmara, your papa. About your family. Leading your family. Ilmara. What is the advice for Ilmara from her papa on the other side there about leading her family? What advice? She wants to know what he has to say. And you please give me that accurately and clearly so I can relate it faithfully as best to my ability as I can. Ilmara, her papa. Well, he's showing me the Five of Wands, and this is where people bicker and argue. Okay. And maybe quite passionately. Make sure I got all my questions. And he's talking about helping people. And I think maybe standing up for those that might get picked on, because I get the Six of Pentacles, and that is a card of helping people. And this is what would be a little more challenging, but he's showing me strife and issues where where people get upset or where there is, I feel like somebody could be being picked on. Mm-hmm. You know, he's showing me strength where people have been enduring, maybe, yes, for a long period of time, an argumentative environment. Now, maybe just people are more passionate and tend to argue more passionately. But there's, to me, this is like you still have each other's back at the end of the day as a family. You know, that's what I get. And but also not to let certain people dominate you or try to control you, tell you what to do, uh, as you lead the family. Take your position as uh, the leader. You don't have to be overbearing to be the leader in the family, he's saying. That came through real clear. Whew. I think I needed that message too. Not that I like to be overbearing, but quite the opposite. I don't like, you know, that kind of thing. And he's talking about, he knows that that makes you nervous to kind of take your place in strength and to speak truth to somebody that's pushing you around or arguing with you or confronting you. But you gotta be able to fight back, you know, and stand up for yourself. Not like knock their teeth in or anything, but just be firm, and, you know, keep your voice in a very adult, you know, chill manner and not come off like a house on fire. Let those people look silly themselves. Don't let them rile you up. Definitely that. And he's showing me that somebody in the family definitely can be overbearing and makes people feel like futile, like it's futile to confront them, that they always have to have their way. And they make people anxious to have to deal with them. But he's saying it's going to be okay. Ace of Swords, hold your ground firmly, and tell them what bus stop to get off on. This is about maintaining your boundaries. Papa wants you to maintain your boundaries. And if other people say, you're not going to lead this family, you're not tough enough, blah, 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 you do you. And you tell them where to get off. And it's funny, this five of swords is kind of like going in the air. Just give them hell is kind of what I get. Give them hell. And have faith that you will have the strength and the words. You'll be guided. He'll be guiding you consciously about what to say with that Ace of Swords. Like, ping, they're going to know not to mess with you. They're going to learn. This is also disassociation. Make sure that you're present. Be present in your life. And I feel like there's like, you know what? Ooh, okay. He's just said there are people in the family that are putting too much on your shoulders in a certain way, because you're also getting the Four of Cups and the 10 of Wands, and it's expecting too much of you. You know, there's things they need to be doing. Again, stand up for yourself, he's saying. He wants you to stand up for yourself, and that you're going to really like how it makes you feel. Yep. You have to, you know, people might say, well, I'm not going to do what you say, or I'm, you know, do it your way, whatever. Let them just you know, feel what they want to feel. Let them get through it. There will be healing on the other side of this. This is an end cycle of difficulty, but for you, it's really, really important to empower yourself by standing up for yourself with members in your family, because your leadership in that family, it looks like, will be challenged, but, you know, it looks like you'll have it under control. So just be firm. All right. All right. Now we're going to do a reading for Arlene. Arlene, what are you doing? Are you unpacking? I'm doing your question next. This is working out about right. I'd like to see more people, of course, in the live, but that's okay. I'm happy with having one other person in here. Heck. And it is an early point of the day. So, Arlene McMahon, come on down. You are the next contestant. Okay. So sweet. Thank you for saying I'm pretty. It does make me feel better. I'm a little vain. I think we all are, right? We all like to be told that we look well. Can you see how my native ascenters guide me? I'll be listening and packing. Much love. Yes. Hello, Arlene. So let's take a look. I take it you're wanting to know about your mentors, your native ascenters, the ascended ones that are guiding you. And you are asking how they are guiding you. Well, I'm okay. And I'll just leave it open to them to share with you anything that they feel is pertinent. I think that's the best, just get out of the way. It's like, here's the notepad, so to speak. Write down your message and I'll try to, convey that as best I can. So let's see, your guides. I get the feeling there's at least one of them that's as silly as you are. He likes to play tricks. Okay, guides, I'm talking to you. Please relate what you wish to Arlene. Maybe something that you're trying to get through, or just something helpful. You know what to do. I'm just turning it over to you, and I will relate what you have to share. Thank you. Okay. I'm getting the card of strife. Dealing with, again, this could be like people having short fuses. It can also be competition. Let's just see what it's addressing. But what's crossing you as flowering is the Queen of Pentacles. That to me is like the home energy. You know what I'm saying? That's very cozy home, mom, the house, your, shelter. Okay. Well-being. Six of Pentacles keeps coming up, even though I've shuffled the living bejesus out of these cards. You have success. And this is they're definitely glad of the work you're doing, where you're working with other people and assisting other people, like the stuff you're doing online and otherwise. There's you've got some sort of hectic or conflictual energy covering you at the moment. And they are just saying it's hard to maintain being the nurturing Queen of Pentacles at this moment. And that's okay. Give yourself permission to have the break or what you need to, I feel like, recoup your energy with that Six of Pentacles. Oh, wow. You have Judgment crowning you. They're showing that. And so this is resurrection. This is a new you. This is a level up. Your ascended masters are saying, hey, girlfriend, you are doing good work. You're going up a notch. They're really proud of that. And you're going forward with this, where you're just continuing to become more aware. You're a Cancer. That helps me. Projections. Okay, the Seven of Cups in the recent past. This is like having to make choices. Are we going to get this wallpaper or this place or that? It is picking a direction out with what you're doing, where you're going with things. This was in your recent past. I think we know that. You've been able to do that. But you made choices. You had a lot of various, it shows different things in the recent past. Now it's kind of hectic. It feels like maybe there's a lot of things that you're trying to get done at once. With that Five of Wands moving, definitely crazy, right? You get the Emperor, your father, maybe in the near future, or this could be self-mastery. Is your mother just out of curiosity, it may not be so, but I'm just curious, is your mom an earth sign? I see Three of Wands. This is you. They see you are going further. You are the Three of Wands. You are deepening and expanding your spiritual growth this year. Ooh, and next are going. I can connect to them pretty well. Going to be really big years of growth. That's really good, but it's deep. It goes deep with that wands, that Three of Wands. I just feel like it's soaking in. Do you ever remember those 70s commercials where the was it Madge, and she was soaking in palm olive? You're soaking in it. Anyway, that kind of, you're soaking in it. It just feels like there is this deepening of this experience that's of growth and expansion and becoming more developed because you're listening to them. And there's working on definitely self-mastery and focus. Focus, okay. Focus, maybe she was, but it doesn't really matter. To me, it feels more like the home energy. And just growing. And as you help other people, it also it pushes your own growth forward. Now, in the environment is the Ten of Wands. Now, this indicates heaviness. That can be dealing with heavy issues. And I'm sure you have been, because that's why you've got that Five of Wands in your present circumstance. Just some hectic crap that is a lot of responsibility. And they're wanting to let you know you've got it. There could be some things coming up that feel really heavy. But they call on you to remember the bigger picture, the greater picture, and the growth that you're making, and your ability to focus and handle details and circumstances in a tough situation. I also feel like that Three of Wands is talking about your move and how that is expanding your life, is further, that just keeps kind of blooming. But I do see that it's not without hard work. Okay. Now, there is the Eight of Cups. And they're talking about there's certain things that you have to let go of, that you might be afraid to let go of. But it might be just that you need to change the way that you view. You're not really, when you let go, you're not losing something. You're just not clutching it like you're going to lose it. You have a more relaxed position, knowing you can never really lose love. You can never really lose someone. At the end of the day, there's love prevails. And that's okay to let go. It's also showing me Saturn on here. Hopes and fears. Final end result is the Empress. Oh, you're growing so well. And like a garden, as what they showed me. So your final end result is the Empress. And to me, I see lots of multiple levels this year and next, really important. And where you're mastering, I feel like, masculine and feminine energy, because you get the Emperor and the Empress. So it's about mastering energy, and you're just going to continue to work and grow and thrive. And I think help other people with that Empress. It's like the Empress doesn't just sit there and be the Empress. She is an active helper. So I see the improvement in your skill of focus and creativity in. Thank you, Taylor. All right. This really looks really good, and it shows the hard work that you've done with Judgment comes up in a good way for you. It's just the next 2 years, there's going to be some tough patches, but you will get through it. You have the strength, and you got it. Yeah, she's absolutely got that goddess energy. It's like, just no, Arlene, just lean into the goddess. Okay. All right. Silver's question is next. I think that she's left. I can't remember, but if not, it's okay. And then Grass Grower, and we'll close out the live. We've almost got it to a T on the time. So Silver wants to know about my father in spirit. Okay, he's passed. How my father feels. Okay. I am progressing on my spiritual path. Any pointers he has to give me? Sure. Let's take a look. Let's dial into. Hi, Silver. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to dial into your dad, see what he wants to share, and if he's got any pointers for you. Just open the chat log to him, so to speak. Oh, my pleasure, Arlene. I just find that if I keep it, and I know other readers have said, yeah, that 2-hour mark is a good place to stop, because otherwise you can get like a hangover. It just really, and then you are perpetually behind. And I don't like that. So let's see. Here is the question again. So Silver and then Grass Grower will be the last reading for the day. Silver's father. How does he feel? How do you feel about Silver's progression on their spiritual path? And Anything you want to share? Some pointers, something helpful to keep in mind that Silver needs to keep in mind? And I thank you. And I ask the Creator and Silver's father and my spiritual mentors to help me to relate this accurately for her and for him. Okay. You get the Ace of Cups. Oh, so much love. He's so proud of you. Gift. And this is the manifestation of the spiritual work that you're doing. He feels like you've got so much potential. And he's really, really proud. When I see this card, it's also like them saying, I love you. This is love. That Ace of Cups, it's overflowing. That's, I love you, And as a parent, I know what that that one is. It's totally like where if you can just grab your kids for a minute and squeeze them, and go, I love you. And they're like, oh. Adventure. And he's saying, think of it as definitely there's new adventures for you coming in learning. I think he's really chuffed of what you're doing and that you working on your spiritual nature, and that helps you to work just on your day-to-day life and make you enjoy life more and get through the tough times easier. And he's there. He's like, bam, I'm there. I'm here with you. See, I know what's going on. And he's talking about a gift. I also feel like there might be something that runs in the family. Mm-hmm. Knight of Cups. Music. He's emphasizing music. Is there a certain song that he liked? He's like, play my song. And let her know that music is good for her. Calming. There's something about music and a song that make you think of him. Ace of Pentacles manifestation. He's just saying you are going places and you have new things to manifest with the Ace of Pentacles and that Ace of Cups. And these are fulfilling things, Silver. These are things that you're going to enjoy. Go, yeah, I really like doing that. He says, enjoy your life. And think of it more as an adventure. I'm sure you probably do. Like, what am I going to learn from this? Sometimes it's kind of a pain in the butt, but other times it can be a fun thing. And he's saying to trust in your gift, that you have the ability to manifest what you need spiritually, and just tune into that. And he's there with you very much. Knight of Wands. This is passion for, what you're learning and doing. He's very happy to see that. He likes all these new things, that the new starts for you that weren't apparently there before. It's kind of like you're getting out of a rut, and he likes this. Something, though, again, I'm going back to music. I don't know, maybe music's a thing. I know it is for me. It is like my bread and butter. Six of Cups. And he's talking about your childhood. You may have been a bit intense as a child. That's what he's saying. A little spitfire. Energetic, creative child. It's like he's saying you always were this creative child. You're still that creative. He still sees you that way. And such affection. I really do feel the daddy love. I do. You're growing quickly. That makes sense. And you're on track. Okay. This is really beautiful, clean energy. I like it. And it's strong. Dreams. Okay, dreams. Also, you got dreams of the past coming up. Sorry, my strap is twisted. And it's digging into my back and it hurts. So you got dream intensity here too. I just looked at that when I put the cards down. I was like, oh, and gain. Also, I just got mudras. He's talking about the mudras that you can do with your hands. This is yoga for the hands, so to speak. I hadn't thought about this, and I don't know, I need to do it myself. But I got mudras with the hands. There's something, look at that with the hands. There will be more growth energetic wise. You are just going to gain. That's really great. More fast growth there. King of Pentacles, abundance, and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like he's saying, you know, you're doing very well. That's what he thinks. And I feel like he and maybe a grandmother or a female adult figure. I don't know if it was, I feel like it's your grandmother. I'm not sure, but I feel like they're with each other and they're looking at you. Okay? Hey, everyone. Hey, Carl. I'm just about ready to wrap it up with the last question. All right, grass grower. Yahoo! Your question. The last question for the live grass grower. Okay. What are my prospects for making a small income on the side from rock carving and wood carving? Neat. Should I make Buddhist art of secular art in this way? I just got a yes, and I trust my intuition. But, and hey, Carl, good to see you. Your dad does not reject your path, not at all. I see nothing but love and embrace and excitement, and he's rooting for you. I think maybe there may have been a little bit of maybe he understands things more now, because I feel like his eyes are open, like he sees it, and I feel like he's actually really proud. So that's what I got, and I trust it absolutely. All right, so let's look at grass grower's question, which is really cool, about making a little income. Let's see about the income you could make via carvings, art, Buddhist art, or secular art. I get yes. Do it because you love it, and the rest will follow. Passion. It's kind of been the message coming through today. Do it because if your heart feels passion and enjoyment in doing that, do it for the passion and the joy of doing it, and show them off. And the people, make them available. People will come. But let's see what the cards want to say. Grass grower and Buddhist art, secular art, carving. I'm totally getting the Buddhas. Like if you carved some of those and lotus, people would love it. People like handmade things. That's why I spend probably way too much money on Etsy. Yes, you should. Understand Etsy has its own little algorithm as well that you need to learn. But once you learn that, you can do well. But there's something to it. But it's like anything, you know. You have to learn the platform. Yes, and I love them too. My family, I like to have them in my home. It keeps me kind of calm and chill. So, of course, I'm going to tell you, yes, I could be a potential customer. Let's just see. Grass grower and the Buddhist art, carvings, a little extra income. I mean, it's honest work. Ah, good for you, grass grower. That's right. You have the tech mind. So I think, like for you, probably be a snap. Just getting so much of like your guides are like, it's very healing for you to do, actually. They're saying it's healing for you to do. You heal yourself and you help others to heal. Okay. Three of Swords. Yes, we're talking about healing. This is a very healing thing to do. Crossed by happiness, the Nine of Cups. And it will bring people happiness. It brings healing. Just what I was saying. Oh, it cracks me up. It makes me happy when the cards do that. And then we know we're lined up, right? Based on the Ace of Wands. Yes. This, fairly recently, this carving, this activity, this is from source. This energy to do this makes you happy, crowns you a new beginning, the Fool. Yes. This is a new adventure for you. And it will lead you to meet new people, new experiences, new doors that we can't even begin to figure out right now. It'd be interesting to see where you are at in a year because something new going on. This is the recent past. This was the Four of Cups where you're kind of like bored. What can I do? And then maybe you finally realized that other cup that was there and you went, I like carving. Hey, wait a minute. Patience, be patient. But yes, I see you could begin to earn an income. Now, you might have to change around some things here or there, but it's all part of the journey. It's all part of the new journey with the Fool, which is worthwhile. You're going to discover a new happiness and also something very much, meditation like with this, of patience, of being more patient. That would make you more patient, wouldn't it? I miss painting. Oh, I can't wait to paint again. You have to be patient too, because if I paint too much with the oils, I'll muddy the color. Yes, don't forget Coffee Talk tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Hermit's Corner. And I'm getting for you also balance, justice. You just need to make the decision. Okay? That's all. This will teach you also lessons about balance. Source and patience. I'm liking it a lot. Will you carve me one? I will buy it from you. I love Buddhas, and I love because it really does affect the energy. You bring really healing energy in. It shows that. Six of Swords. Yes, this will help in the environment. This is something that will help you to go in a better direction. I think financially with that, when I look at that Seven of Pentacles and this with the Six of Swords, ouch, ow, hit my elbow, my funny bone. But I feel like that is a positive direction. It's going to help pull you out of some kind of, I think, a funk of having been bored. Oh, thank you. I would love it. And because you did it, you're all the more meaningful. Yes. Hopes and fears. Well, I think what you fear is maybe some kind of conflict that this could create a problem that you wouldn't foresee, blah, blah. But you know what? I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think it's something that you got it. You got it. Oh my God, you got the Two of Cups. This is meant to be, mon ami. You have a love affair with art. Yes, yes, and yes. Look at the balance, yin yang. Look at that. Ooh, I'm loving it. Two of Cups, balance, male and female, yin yang. This would be very, very good for you to do because I feel like it pulls you deeper into meditation while you're making these things, and it takes you into more of an altered state that's pleasant and healing and positive, and fills these things you're making with really good juju, really good energy, the love energy, unconditional love. And it puts you in that energy when you're creating these things. So when you go in that place, it's very healing for you also. So please do. The lovers, it's a matter also of choice, how you want to do it, okay? And just check out details and contracts, anything, agreements that you may make with different means of selling these things. Read the fine print, that kind of stuff. And the star, you will do well, yes, in the long run. But every journey has to be taken with at least a single step, right? So I really like that. Okay? I hope that answers your question. Yeah, J-Lo, you got it. It's totally that energy of when you're in the zone. I get grass grower, man, you are going to go in the zone. And what it really is cool is because it's just so natural and organic for you. You're using your hands, you're all involved in it. You have a lot of stone to work with on this property. I love stone too. My dad was an art professor. So like I love art. My mom was an art teacher. She taught K through high school, through seniors in high school, kindergarten. Yes, it really does. Thank you so much. It's all along the line of the river. Ooh, that energy. Mm-hmm. It's begging for you to make me into something new, transform me. Ah, that's beautiful, grass grower. I love that. And your reading was like your guides are excited for you. It's like yay! So that is going to be so healing for you, and you're going to help heal other people. And you're not even going to know it necessarily, but people are going to enjoy your little bits of art. Will have so much heart in them. It will bring meaning and balance and peace to people. So that's a beautiful thing to share. All right, you guys. I'm 18 minutes over, but I'm feeling good, and I'll stop the reading here or this live. Shrine objects, yes, I look at them. Super expensive. People make a lot of stuff without them having to spend a lot of money. Yes, exactly. And usually, I've got like one antique that I found carved Buddha that is really beautiful. I've got it in like in my other room right now. But oh, Virgin Sin, it's okay. You'll just go back and you can replay. Um, but this would be, I think, probably a lot of us here. And hello Virgo, would appreciate it. So a lot of us would probably buy from you, for sure. Oh, chainmail. You do chainmail? That is badass. You know what? I would love to get one of those, you know, things that the women wore in the 20s. Those were so pretty. I always like those ones. I get lost like when I paint, I can do that. When I'm reading, and you can go into crochet, knit. I used to do that. I wasn't very good at it, but I'd like to get better at it. And thank you, Silver. Thank you. I would appreciate that. Um, and if anybody needs to contact me, my email for the channel is Maya's Tarot, MAIJASTAROT @gmail.com. And if you want to, if you need to reading or whatever, that's the email for this. You're welcome, Vivian. There's a ton of them, I bet, especially with the water having run through that brings a lot. They're charged up. Great show. Thank you, Shield Maiden. I got to pop over and take a look at your. I don't know that I want to see the dog humping anything, but put something else up and I might. I don't want that on my. I don't want that on my library. That hey, I'll have to watch the dog humping a slipper. Oh my god. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Virgo is in. I'm feeling a little bit. The fog's coming in again, y'all. It's thick as pea soup out there. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you guys. I was super excited. You know how I like gardening. Well, one of my strawberry guava didn't come, but I also got a pineapple guava tree, and I'm getting the strawberry guava tree coming. So I'm just waiting on the strawberry guava. It was the pineapple guava that arrived yesterday, and it looks gorgeous. It has blossoms on it, and I got it outside and watered it. I'm getting so stoked. I love gardening. It's funny. Take a look. Okay, I will. You know I will. It's shit, girl, girl. You know what? I'm really having to use more bronzer because there's hardly any sun. They keep promising we're going to get our sun that we get, out here along the West Coast, and you guys there too, of course, up in Oregon. But geez Louise, man, it's depressing. I like the fog too. Thank you. And Virgo and Sin, you were the one, right, that gave me the mug with the Schadenfreude? Have I got that right? I might not have it right. If I don't, it's fine. Neptune, Pisces means crazy weather. Is that what we have right now? I haven't had a chance to look at that. I really want to get an app that has like the moon phases so I can do my work, for new moon, full moon, that kind of thing. But I get Virgo tunnel vision when I'm working. I get my zone. And yeah, questions are closed. I'm closed, folks. I'm just blabbing. Just chatting. So that was one of the ways I like to get totally focused, but I can get too focused. Oh, but you said that. Okay, I knew that. I knew that something like that. Okay, so I'm not completely bananas. I do have some. Thank you for answering that. But anyhow, I will be looking at some requests to have guests, and for the next, I don't know if we'll get anybody for this Sunday. Linda is going to reschedule with me because if you know Linda, Linda G, she's having some skin work done, and I would actually like to do it. So, because we live kind of in the same area, so although she's across the bay from me, if I move to the East Bay, I'll be closer to her. But anyhow, we will reschedule Linda. She won't be on the 8th, but the next following Sunday. And I'm just going to let her pick the time. It'll probably be a little earlier, guys, because Linda, she is so busy. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know that too. Oh, Grassgrower says, you might be interested in the Tibetan calendar apps. Ooh, yes. Available like Drukpa calendar if you are doing any Buddhist related work. Well, I'm going to be looking that up. New Moon Sunday. Thank you, Silver. You know what? You know, I've got certain little oils that I like to buy from the La Bruya Apothecary from Etsy. I like to support handmade stuff, but I love using this shop's oils during these different phases. I find that it really does make a difference. Maybe it's all psychosomatic. I don't know. I don't care. But it really does help me with the energies. Like the new moon is, new beginnings and manifestations. So it's kind of like it helps me to have that intention. That smell reminds me. And then the full moon of forgive and forget, release, kind of, but I think also building power. So, anyways, pretty cool. So, new moon on Sunday, that's new beginnings. All right. That's going to be it. Should be an interesting day. So we'll see. I may not have a guest on. I may. Depends. We'll fly by the seat of our pants as usual. Thank you so much for coming to my live today. I appreciate it. And I'm going to send you out with a bit of Reiki, okay? And you can just accept it. It is just some chi. All you got to do is close your eyes and say, I accept that energy. Just to kind of support, and I'm just conduit. I'm picking it up from the universe and just running it through and sending it on as a channel. I get the benefits of it as well. Okay. All right, you guys. Gonna love you, and I'll see you in the next. I've got a video to upload. All right, and it's on Laura Ingram. Anyway, circulating that energy too. That's right. Pass it on. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next live. And don't forget to share. And probably the Sundays live are more popular because there's more people around. But I like this Thursday. It's cool. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.